It's time to escape gravity in the oldest way possible. I'm Chad Booth, and today on At Your Leisure, Rhea and I are sailing on a gust of wind at one event that adds even more color to the sunrise. From there, Stephen Heumann rides like an outlaw in the Vernal area and finds some incredible caves that literally swallow entire rivers. Finally, Terry Wood finds out how acrobats and rodeo go together at one upcoming event. We're packed with adventure, and it's starting now on AYL.
Okay, up, and away. That's the theme for this week's At Your Leisure. Hi, I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Rhea Rossi Booth, and we're at the Panguitch Valley Balloon Festival out here in Panguitch, Utah, and we are at some spectacular event.
Now, this is one of a series of balloon festivals that happen across the West. You'll notice that most of these guys that you're about to meet, they all know each other because there are only a certain number of balloon festivals, and they all seem to show up for the same thing because there are not many opportunities to balloon as a group.
That's right, and these balloons are from the Greater Mountain West. This event is invitational only, and I believe there's like 36 balloons here today.
Hopefully that means that they're the best of the best.
And we get to go up in one of them.
I don't want to be flying with Crash Vanderkoot. Anyway, the one behind us is Moonshine. That's the one you get to ride in. We will be in the one right behind you. We are going to be taking off momentarily. Let's find out about the festival.
The Balloon Festival started actually 17 years ago. Did a couple flights and discovered, even though I was pretty green at the time, that it's very good flying here. So brought up about 5 or 6 pilots from Phoenix that helped me learn how to fly, and put some flyers up around town on the crier boards and whatnot. And we had about 50 people show up from the valley, and lo and behold, that was the genesis of the event. Since then, we started with that 5 or 6, grew it up to about 35, 36 balloons is what we have today, and we hold it there.
This became probably the biggest event Panguitch has. You know, it used to be over the holidays, 24th, 4th of July. This is now the largest event that Panguitch has. That you see a lot of family reunions, class reunions that now join at this time. Yeah, Panguitch people, we're really proud to have people in. We love to have the tourists and the people to come in. We've got cute little shops, communities. We're a big welcoming community here. At dusk we have a glow, so 18 balloonists will be on Center and Main Street. Hope the wind will die down, we'll have a wonderful glow. When it has been quite windy, then we candlestick. What that means, they don't have the balloon.
And it's quite mind-blowing to see in a little town of Panguitch like this, we'll have 3,000 or 4,000 people running around on Main Street enjoying the ambiance of the glow. We appreciate the folks here in Panguitch Valley for hosting us.
Anyone for sightseeing and tourists, or just come to enjoy the fun. Anyone and everyone is welcome to come.
Talk about some hot air! It's like a session of Congress.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, we are on our way up. Now you've got a little flavor of the Balloon Festival. Later you'll get some flavor of flight. Right now, we're going to sail over the rainbow to Oz for our travel adventure. Citizens of Oz!
Thanks, Chad and Rhea. Hope you guys are having a fun time going over the rainbow there. I'm Stephen Heumann, and I'm not in a hot air balloon, as you can see. I'm on an ATV. And over the last year, here on At Your Leisure, we've tried to showcase a lot of the lesser known ATV trails in the state of Utah and throughout the West. That's what I'm doing today. A lot of people know about the Paiute and the Shoshone, but we figured, hey, there are other places to go, and we want to show them off to you. Now, right now, I am north of Vernal on Highway 191, and this is a trail system that if you like to rebel, maybe you're a bit of an outlaw, this is probably your perfect destination.
The Ashley National Forest is a tranquil and unique place in the western U.S., particularly when taken against the areas right on its doorstep. Just a few miles to the south, desert formations and red rocks dominate the landscape, while here, huge forests of pine and aspen cling to rolling hills that jut up from the Uinta Basin below. Trails snake through the trees on a ride through history where old bootleggers and bandits made their hideouts and spent their loot in riotous living. Today, the system of routes has been organized and mapped, leading explorers through the area on the aptly named Outlaw Trail.
Many of the outlaws, especially from the Wasatch Front, would come out and hang out in these hills. Just so many valleys and springs and places to hide that it was one of their favorite jaunts. So today we've kind of been following some of those old trails, and it's been a lot of fun.
And it's actually a pretty long trail, and you can start and stop it at several different places. Oaks Park, East Park, by Iron Springs, several different spots, and it's actually in a lot of places very difficult. It's a very technical trail, so if you're looking for something more difficult, it's a great trail to look at.
It's just a great trail. There's something for everybody. Difficulties vary a lot. Very scenic, very beautiful.
The Vernal area is known primarily for its energy production and wealth of dinosaur bones. But it's the access to undeveloped lands and incredible geological formations that truly set it apart. Each turn of the trail takes us to a new vista, and the best part is that it feels like we have the entire forest all to ourselves.
The neat thing that we have is there's not big crowds. A lot of times you're all by yourself. Sometimes you don't even see another off-road vehicle all day long, so we're pretty spoiled.
That's one of the things that I like, even though you know, you like to get out in nature and see it. You don't see a lot of people out here, and it can test you and your skills and your abilities, but it sure is a lot of fun.
The ride takes us on some extreme inclines and through dense forests. All the while, powerful thunderstorms steadily build on the horizon, promising more interesting weather right around the corner. After an hour of riding, we come upon one of the local gems few outside of the area are aware of. A series of caves so immense and unexplored, they can swallow an entire river system whole, and they do just that every year.
We're in what's called Little Brush Creek. It's actually an area geologically where the water comes down off the mountain and goes into seeps that go down into the ground. Right where we're standing, the water doesn't drain out of here. It comes in and pulls up in a big pool and then goes down through these aquifers underground. And so at certain times of the year, you can come up here and see the water in a big whirlpool pattern sinking right down into the ground.
And you'll crawl down in those things sometimes, and then they'll open into great big caverns and just keep going. So when you explore these caves, they're constantly changing all the time with the water flow and stuff we get down here.
There's something magical here with the caves and the crevices, the river and the trees, like something out of a novel or a science fiction story. It definitely makes your ATV ride memorable, and this is just one of several in the area. That's why it's called Little Brush Creek. There's actually a Big Brush Creek too. Now, if you need an excuse to come out and explore the Outlaw Trail, an ATV Jamboree is actually being held July 27th through the 30th right in Vernal. You can register and find out more information at outlawatvjam.com. Right there you have the makings of one bigger-than-life adventure that will challenge the way you perceive this area.
You just totally forget about everything else in life. You leave all your worries behind you. It just really relaxes you.
So here in Vernal, you just have the mountains. You can go camping, ATV riding, but you also can go see the dinosaurs. There's lakes 15 minutes from town. You can go paddle boarding, kayak, canoeing, all that kind of fun stuff.
We would invite anyone who loves the out of doors, who loves excitement, who loves the remote areas to come to Vernal. There are so many things to see and do and so many different venues. Whatever you desire to do out of doors, we have it here in Vernal.
And there you have it. The Outlaw Trail and Little Brush Creek Cave. Not every ATV adventure is going to end with a view like this, but that's what we have out here on the Outlaw. Now, if you want to come out here and ride, it's really easy to find. You just head north out of Vernal on Highway 191 toward Flaming Gorge, and there are several different areas you can pull off and hit the trail. As we said earlier, this is a very long system, so you can come out here for a week and hit all the offshoots and find lots of places like this. We barely scratched the surface today. You need to come out and do the same. Well, for At Your Leisure, I'm Stephen Heumann. We need to take a commercial break, but when we come back, we'll have this week's product review.
Whether you ride mud, rocks, dunes, or trails, Polaris has a razor to match your passion. Unequaled power, unrivaled suspension, unmatched agility, and unbeatable comfort. Everything you need to chase memories and catch them. Find your razor at Polaris.com.
In 1946, Ray City started a business built on exploration and family. He made his customers a promise that they would always find a friend when they walked into a dealership with the name Ray City. Now, 70 years later, that promise is fulfilled every day. We're still all about exploration and family. 70 years is a long time, but we are just getting started. Come in and celebrate our huge anniversary sale. Ray City RV off Riverdale Road in Roy, serving your family since 1946.
Saddle up, rodeo fans. It's time for the greatest show on dirt. The Dinosaur Roundup Rodeo is back July 7th, 8th, and 9th at 7 p.m. nightly. Join us for 3 days of thrilling rodeo action featuring this year, the One-Armed Bandit. Don't miss a minute of it at Vernal's Western Park Arena. Purchase tickets at the Boot Barn, Davis Food and Drug, Tractor Supply, or at the downtown booth at 195 East Main Street.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Darren Kinder, and our product review today is the new Octane by Victory. And this is a lot of motorcycle for not a lot of money, and it sure is a lot of fun to drive. So come on, let's show it to you. Now, I've read a few things on the internet about the Octane being a little small, and I'm 6 feet tall, and I thought it was extremely comfortable and a good size. I love the transmission and how smooth the engine is. It's smooth, it's crisp, it's clean, and it's got a ton of torque, because when you roll on that throttle, it really puts you back in the seat. Putting it into tight turns or whatever, it's very smooth going into those turns. It doesn't get awkward on you going around a tight circle or anything like that. Well, this Octane is a little bit different than some of the other Victories we've done product reviews on, because this bike was more built for speed. It's based on the Project 156, which they did to do the Pikes Peak Hill Climb. I mean, it's kind of a plain Jane looking bike. I think the styling is really cool, but there aren't a lot of features on it. And it can do 0 to 60 in 4 seconds and run the quarter mile in less than 12. So it's surprisingly fast. Now, this V-twin motor is a 1200cc engine with 4 valves per cylinder, and it puts out over 104 horsepower. So it's got plenty of power, going to a belt drive system, so it's got a nice, smooth, maintenance-free drive system on it. Now, it does have stock pipes on it, and probably when you get it home, you'll probably want to take those off and put on something that has a little bit more performance and maybe a little louder. Now, I love the fit and finish on this bike. They used a flat gray on it and flat black, and like they said, chrome doesn't get you home, and that really drives the point home with this bike. It's got everything you need, but nothing you don't. Well, if you'd like to check out this Octane or any one of the Victory motorcycles, get up to Tri-City Victory in Centerville, and they have all the different models to look at. Well, I'm Darren Kinder. We'll see you next time.
Utah, are you ready for some rodeo? July 14th, 15th, and 16th, the UTE Stampede Juab County Fairgrounds, 8 p.m. each night. Cotton Rosser, Flying U Rodeo Company Hall of Famer, brings the livestock, challenging the best cowboys in the world of the PRCA. 3-time Rodeo Clown of the Year, Justin Rumford, and this year we feature all the way from France, Manu Lataste, Christian Gonzalez. They will do some amazing things called bull jumping. From the Flying U Rodeo, Flying Cowboys, to the Great Parade, to the City of Fun Carnival, it's all at the UTE Stampede. We'll see you in Juab County.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
It's out there. Something is definitely out there. Whatever it is, it's big. At one point, I swear, we got so close I could smell it. But then, poof, it was gone.
Right.
It exists. The new Honda Pioneer 1000 with a best-in-class engine and 6-speed fully automatic dual-clutch transmission. Pioneer 1000 from Honda.
What a great time to get out and ride the ATV and UTV. Summertime's here. However, some of the key things that one can do in order to prevent an accident or an injury on these is to know your machine. Sometimes when you're on an ATV, you have the ability to shift your weight and move around. On a UTV, you're somewhat restricted. Do a couple of things. Read your owner's manual, take an education course, and become familiar with your machine and start slowly. Utah State Parks, adventures for everyone.
Hey, we're over here. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. How are you enjoying your balloon ride?
This is so beautiful up here. I highly suggest everybody do this at least once in their lifetime.
Oh yeah, you know, it's just so silent up here. It doesn't matter what the breeze is like when you take off. As soon as you're moving with the breeze. So you can be hundreds of feet in the air and what you're hearing is just like little teeny tiny sounds on the ground. Ballooning has changed significantly since about the end of the Second World War when they came up with a commercial grade propane. It's made the entire flight different.
It is just toasty warm in this beautiful little basket.
Anyway, right now, let's find out a little bit more about flight in balloons.
It's fun. It's the best thing ever. To look down and see horses running, cows eating. It's just so much fun to just see things and to see what's above, not your own level.
You know, once in a while you'll get one that doesn't like it. You know, we had a first-time flyer this morning, done very, very well. I was really proud.
I'm not qualified to do this.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. It was majestic, to say the least. After getting over the initial fear, we were just coasting 1,400 feet in the air, and it was better than I ever could have imagined. I could see for miles. I feel like I was defying the laws of nature as a human. It's probably the closest I'd ever be to being a bird and still being able to interact with nature, unlike an airplane. I actually think it was more intuitive than people think. As long as you have like a center of gravity, then you're able to sense whether or not you're going up and down. And as long as you're paying attention to detail, it's actually flawless. For anyone that wants to embrace their inner child or anyone with a severe case of wanderlust like myself, this is probably the activity for you.
Definitely do it. If you're scared of heights, there is nothing being afraid about heights. It's the best. You don't feel afraid, you're not afraid. You feel protected from the basket. There's nothing to be afraid of.
It gets me away from my work. I can just come here and this is a relaxation to me and I just love it.
And we made it.
And we're coming in hot.
That'll take us off again, Rhea. Anyway.
It was so much fun, I want to go back up.
Well, now you have an idea of what a festival is like and what balloon flight is like. We have something else for you today in our trailhead adventure.
Acrobats have long performed their feats without the aid of a net. It's become a cliche in of itself to imply the dangers of possible death to a crowd of onlookers. Now, in the case of rodeo, you don't generally think of traditional acrobats, though. Oftentimes, the danger faced by these cowboys and cowgirls is every bit as real. This year, at the UTE Stampede Rodeo in Nephi, Utah, organizers decided to find out what would happen if you put those two things together, rodeo and acrobatics, and put them right in front of a crowd of 10,000 people. And what they discovered was a show that doesn't need to worry about nets, but it certainly better watch out for the horns.
The UTE Stampede Rodeo has been a tradition down here in Nephi, Utah for 82 years.
that we bring families together and entertainment. It was started by a group of local farmers. We just have 3 great days of celebration here in Juab County. That we bring in top cowboys, top specialty acts, and just great people from all over the United States, and this year even from other countries to participate here with us in Nephi. For the first time touring the United States, we have a couple bull jumpers that our stock contractor Flying U Rodeo has brought in. They are world renowned. They do all kinds of acrobatics over top of Mexican fighting bulls. It's just live and unrehearsed. It's pretty spectacular to watch. You've never seen nothing like this before, I assure you of that.
They're very athletic. They jump bulls in ways that it's unimaginable. You pretty much have to see it. My comrade Wade had to help get visas to even get in the country. So we're looking forward to that.
And that excitement is translated to the entire area, as the thought of seeing these athletes perform their unique stunts has inspired Nephi and the surrounding cities. But the bull jumpers are only part of the draw at the UTE Stampede event. Other famous shows are also returning to the arena, much to the thrill of rodeo lovers and local residents.
We'll have 4-time Clown of the Year, Justin Rumford will be here with us, his 2nd year back. Very popular clown, the most popular in the PRCA right now. Did our rodeo a year ago and loved it, and we're just excited to have him back with us.
Between the rodeo clowns and the acrobats, you'd almost forget the traditional rodeo action at the Stampede. But even here, the organizers are bringing in some of the best, some of the most famous riders in the world. And they'll be showcasing their cowboy craft to the cheers of fans from all over Utah.
The thing people look forward to is it's Cotton, Rosser, and Flying U Rodeo. And he's not going to disappoint again this year.
The UTE Stampede Rodeo will be held July 14th, 15th, and 16th at the Juab County Fairgrounds in Nephi. Now, there's plenty of hotels in this Utah town. And if you're coming from out of town and want to get a ticket, just go to utestampederodeo.com.
You can also call 435-623-5608. We have a fully staffed ticket office going right now every day from 10 to 6 o'clock.
Acrobats and rodeo. Well, that may be a pretty new combination. But the organizers of the UTE Stampede are confident this year's event will spark a renewed interest in rodeo, an event that's been a fixture here for more than 80 years.
We offer Thursday night family night, and I just say, come and enjoy our show on Thursday night. If you don't like it, come to the ticket office and find me and I'll give you your money back.
The City of Fun Carnival will be here with us. We have parades, we have craft shows, horseshoe pitching contests, trap shooting, golf tournaments. You name it, there's something to do all day long. And I'm just excited to be able to bring them this, especially this year with what we have coming.
So there you have it, rodeo without a net. From the Trailhead, I'm Terry Wood.
In a place that is beyond words, there is nothing to be said, except take your time in Bryce Canyon country.
It's inches off the ground. It's open air freedom. It's remarkably powerful. It's totally unique. It starts at $21,199. It's Slingshot, pure driving fun.
Let's be honest, you don't know much about Beaver County.
Well, let me tell you about it. It's the birthplace of outlaw Butch Cassidy and adventurer Philo T. Farnsworth. Some of the best skiing in Utah is at Eagle Point. You've got camping, Canyon Breeze Golf Course, Crusher in the Tushers, Beaver Territorial Courthouse, snowmobiling, renewable energy, Pioneer Car Show, Squeaky Cheese, Ghost Towns to explore, best water in the country, Paiute ATV trails, Old Frisco Kilns, horse races, hunting, fishing, and it's a good place to live. Beaver County, mountains of fun. I could tell you more, but why don't you come and see it for yourself?
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. Obviously, the experience is still going on for many of them, including Smokey the Bear, who's hiding behind that tree right now.
Yeah, the Forest Service has their balloon out there. It's pretty cool.
And there's like some kind of Totoro character up there. You see that?
You know, it's so cool because every single balloon is different out here. So it's not like they all look like the same. It's just every different color, shapes and sizes.
You're right. There's not a metallic blue Chevy Cobalt on every corner. They are all unique.
Yeah, they're beautiful. This is such a fun experience. It was so exhilarating to be up there and just peace and quiet. And then you saw all the wildlife, the horses running, the deer. Oh my gosh, there's mountain lions over there. I mean, the wildlife was crazy and they were like running.
What really intrigued me about the whole thing is the cattle actually was chasing the balloon, not running away from it, chasing it and running. And I go, well, cows don't usually run anywhere. And I think they wanted to go for a ride. I said, you know, take us with you. So I'm not sure, but we do have a lot of unfinished business for you right now. I mean, we have prizes to give away. We have fun events like this to tell you about and to look at next week's show. Let's get to it.
That's right, Chad. There's a lot going on. Let's start with our giveaway winner for this week. Since we're flying high today, we figured we'd have Kent Bond be our winner since he has an AYL sticker right there on his airplane. Call us at 801-947-8888 because you are the winner of a Camp Chef stove. This is a great prize you can use on your next fly-in. Now, on to our upcoming events. First off, we want to remind you about the UTE Stampede Rodeo Terry Wood told us about for our trailhead adventure. July 14th through the 16th at the Juab County Fairgrounds in Nephi, you will find one of the most impressive shows anywhere in the country. Then July 27th through the 30th in Vernal, Utah is the Outlaw ATV Jamboree. It's $25 per vehicle and you can register at outlawatvjam.com. Well, now let's see what's coming up in 1 week on At Your Leisure.
What's pickleball and how's it encouraging people to come out and play? Hi, I'm Darren Kindred. Next week, Jill and I will have the answer as Reese Stein shows us the ins and outs of this new sport and then proceeds to beat the tar out of us on the court. From there, we'll head to Las Vegas for a public land summit that could change the face of recreation across the West.
Okay, so before you forget, get out your calendar right now and mark this weekend for next year so that you don't miss coming down here to this festival because it is, as you can see, just a blast.
And make sure you have your room reservations way ahead because every single hotel room is booked for this weekend.
That's true. So that's the other thing you need to do. And of course, it doesn't just have to be this weekend because this is just the beginning of a full summer of activity and fun down here in Garfield County and Panguitch.
There's so much to do in this county and the people are so nice and so kind. You just feel like you're hanging with family.
That's right. We're going to have breakfast with John Wayne across the street. Anyway, remember there is adventure around every bend.
Just remember to go out there and create your own adventure.
We'll see you next time on At Your Leisure Breakfast.
Or go out and try some of the other activities that you can... That was going too.
Bring it down.
Okay, now we can bring it down.
We're down.
Okay, we're down. All right.
Hi, I'm Chad Booth from At Your Leisure. I hope you just enjoyed the YouTube video that you just watched. Now, remember, we come up with new videos like this every single week, so you might want to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss a single story that we have out. Now, you can also share us with all of your friends on social media. Here's how to do it right here. And that way, they can have fun too. If you want detailed information, we of course have our website, ayltv.com, and from there you can find out which television stations we broadcast on, so you never have to spend a day without your fix of family-oriented outdoor recreation adventure. Plus, don't forget we have really cool contests.